guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Haley if you haven't been here before, and if you're joining me for the first time today, welcome. I'm super excited to have you. Today's video we're going to be talking all about summer bucket list for 2021. Now I know that summer has already started, but I feel like for me, like summer has not started in my mind. We've had so much rain the past few weeks and I literally am not in like a summer state of mind. Also, summer is not necessarily like my season. I don't really feel like I ever thrive in the summer because the sun really hates me, honestly, and I don't really have the best relationship with sunscreen, but that's beside the point. I tend to thrive more in like autumn and more of like the fall winter months. That's just me. But if you guys need some summer ideas, I have a whole list of them for you. I actually have 50 ideas for your summer bucket lists. Now some of them are a little like more towards me and what I have planned for the summer, but also like totally go ahead and run with them if you have things like this near you or where you're vacationing during this summer. This list is to help you kind of generate ideas for your summer bucket list. If you've already created one, then that's great. And maybe there are some things that I missed and I'm only doing 15. I know that there's like a whole bunch of summer ideas, but these are just, I didn't want to make it like super overwhelming, but I also wanted to give you a good amount of ideas. So if I miss anything that you think is super fun, go ahead and drop it in the comments down below because maybe I'll add it onto my summer bucket list, or maybe there's just something I haven't thought of and I could also use some help. Again, summer is not necessarily like my absolute favorite season, but I do know that there is some fun to be had in summer. So let's get on into it. I'm not gonna make you wait any longer. Let's jump on into the 50 ideas that I have to add onto your summer bucket list. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out my laptop here because I have the entire list here on my laptop. So the first thing on my summer bucket list is thrifting. Now I have done a thrift challenge in the past, so if you'd like to see more videos like that, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to give you more thrifting content sometime in the next few months here. I have to have the time to go out and thrift, and I honestly just haven't had the time to go out and like make it to a thrift store, and I don't like to thrift when I'm rushed. So if I only have like 20-30 minutes, I'm not gonna go to the thrift store. But if I have like a whole day off and literally nothing to do or nothing to get done, I will go and spend like a few hours at the thrift store. That is number one on my list because I haven't made time for it, and it's something that I love, and I always feel like I find so many good things in the summer. So thrifting is number one on my list. So I know this one was really popular like during quarantine and stuff like that, but I never did it and I totally wanted to. I didn't do it. I would love to either tie-dye like a sweat set, so like a sweatshirt and sweatpants, or do like a t-shirt and the sweat shorts kind of thing, because I really loved the trend in quarantine, but I never literally ever did it. I wanted to, and I thought about it, and I went to the craft store and I ended up getting stuff for a different project, but I never actually picked up the tie-dye. So that is something that I would really love to do. Basically visiting any body of water that is near you. So for me, the beach isn't that far away, but also when I'm on vacation, pretty close to a lake. So we'll go for either like a lake or a beach day, but obviously that one speaks for itself. It just screams summer. It's necessary. Do it at least once. I've heard a lot of people talking about like picking berries and stuff like that, but for us in South Florida, that season has completely passed. I didn't get to do it. So when we go to visit my family in Ohio, they do have like an apple orchard pretty close by. So we're gonna go ahead and visit there. Now we're not necessarily gonna pick the apples, but they have been picked, and it's something that I have not done in 2 years now. So I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to it. They have these delicious apple cider slushies and they're to die for. So when we go on that trip, I'm definitely going there. I know apples are more like a fall kind of fruit, but honestly, the berry season is over at this point. So if you have apples, go do apples then. This kind of comes in hand with the thrifting, but go and buy old records and then you paint over them. Now I saw it on TikTok and they painted it like a SpongeBob window, but that's not my aesthetic at all. So I'm not going to do that, but I think it would be really cool to do like some abstract paintings onto these records, and I just think that would be a really cool idea. So that kind of goes back to the thrifting idea, but I just think they would be super cute as like a little decoration. I just thought that would be such a cool idea. The next one is totally me, and I feel like I do this already, but just putting it on the summer bucket list makes it official, and that is cute coffee shop hunting. And there are so many cute coffee shops in my area that I have not visited just because I haven't made the time to, but if you make the time, time, you can go ahead and check out those newer coffee shops or like cute coffee shops that have been around for a while that you just haven't been able to visit. I kind of mentioned a little bit earlier in the video that we're going to Ohio to visit my family, and so there's this one donut place that we love. So we'll go and get donuts super early in the morning, right when they open, and then go and watch the sunrise on the lake. It's just like a nostalgic thing to do. It feels like you're the main character in a movie. It just feels like so surreal and just like a cute little thing to do. Okay, I am not a very adventurous person. I feel like this is so not me, but my sister and my mom actually really love this activity, and it's kayaking. And I honestly am like, I get super mad anxiety when I'm in the water. It's not a pretty scene, so I'm kind of interested to see how this whole kayaking thing will go, but I'm gonna go. I am a big girl, I can handle this, and it's not like we're swimming in the water. So one of the activities that I put on my list is kayaking. I'm gonna push myself out of my comfort zone just a little bit, and we are gonna get in those kayaks and take them out on the lake. So we'll see how that goes. One of the things that I have on my list is to visit a winery. Now again, this kind of goes into the Ohio trip that we're gonna be taking. There's this one local winery, do like a little wine tasting or stuff like that. But also, if you're unable to drink the wine, which is totally fine because it's not absolutely necessary, you can go for the experience. Like if you go with your parents can take you and you can just enjoy the charcuterie boards. Some wineries have really pretty views, so just go for like a dinner. A lot of them will have food there for you, so you could just go to experience the winery because a lot of them have beautiful scenery. This one is like my jam. So I have on here picnic but aesthetic. So what I'm talking about here is like a Pinterest picnic. Like get your frilly blankets out, get your cottagecore vibes on, and go do like a, maybe not dress up so much, but do like a little flowy dress. Make sure you bring the charcuterie boards. Make sure you bring like a sparkling cider or like a sparkling juice or sparkling water, something. Bring a pretty glass for yourself. Like glam up the picnic, but also make it like super minimalistic. I'll pop some pictures of exactly what I mean from my Pinterest board right here so you can see. But I know like when I tell you picnic but like aesthetic, you guys know what I'm talking about. Maybe you have somewhere local to you where you can actually hike, or you just go on like a nature trail and just take the time to walk it out and like just relax and take in the nature and the views. Do something outdoorsy. Just get yourself outside, get your body moving, and enjoy the summer sun. On my list, I have a family game night. Now, whether you have a big family or not, I just think it's something nice to kind of like bring everyone together and just have a little fun. Competition never hurt anybody. My family is hilarious. They get super competitive. We are all like super sore losers, which is also hilarious. I mean, sometimes when you're in the moment, you're like super frustrated, but you know, it's fine. All families have their little quirks, and for us, we're super competitive and like uber sore losers. And I'm talking about you, mom, I am throwing you under the bus. It's honestly like so funny to look back on those memories and be like, oh my gosh, do you remember when you, I don't know, this was not my mom, but somebody were playing a game and somebody like threw the board because they were like losing, and I was like, oh, okay. It's funny to look back on those memories of that like uber competitiveness, especially when it's somebody that you love and you're just like, I'm so upset with you because you won and I didn't want you to win, and then you won and now I'm a loser and I am totally making fun of you. So one thing that is on my list is family game night, and again, be careful because it can get super competitive depending on the games that you pick. One of our favorites is 5 Crowns because you can play with a lot of people. I will go ahead and link it down below so you guys can check it out. Another thing that I'm really interested in doing, and I feel like this could also be like hand in hand with the family game night, is a nacho night. I've seen these videos on TikTok where they will literally take an entire kitchen island or counter and roll out tin foil, pour the bags of chips on, and then pour like the taco meat and cheese, and then they put all of the toppings. I totally want to do that. It seems like such a good idea. So depending on how big your family game night is, maybe you could do something like that, or I mean, you could always do it on like a smaller scale. But I just think it's so cool, and I'm guessing cleanup is super easy because whatever you don't eat, if there's not that much left, you just roll it up in the tin foil and chuck it out. I don't see the problem here. Like, nachos are life. So I would say that a nacho night would definitely go hand in hand with a family game night. I just think it would work out really well. Hand in hand, family game night and nacho night, those are on my list. I would love to visit Niagara Falls. I visited once before and it was like years ago, and RJ has never been, and I just think it would be a really fun experience. Last time we went on the boat, the Maid of the Mist, I believe, and it totally goes right next to the falls. You get soaking wet. It's crazy. They make you wear a poncho. I just think it would be super fun to visit visit Niagara Falls, take a day trip. It's something that RJ has never seen before, and I think it would be really, really cool to experience that with him. A movie night or a movie marathon. I just think it would be really cool. I remember back to those days. The olden days. I remember like when Twilight was a super big thing and we would have like movie marathons where we would watch 1, 2, 3, 4, however many there were, I can't even remember at this point, but like the Divergent series, dedicate a night to watching all of the movies, or even a day depending on what you choose, because if you're doing like Harry Potter, that's gonna take you a while. But I just think it would be really cool to do like a movie marathon or a movie night. Classic summer, I can't think of not doing this in the summer, and it's like a fire pit and s'mores, or if you're in a place to do like a bonfire, you could totally do something like that. Let's create the best s'more you've ever had, okay? Take this, the chewy Chips Ahoy cookies, then take a Rolo instead of like a Hershey's chocolate, and then roast the marshmallow to golden perfection, or if you're like me, go ahead and burn that thing, because I love a burnt marshmallow. Honestly, they're the best, and I don't eat them any other way. Then you go ahead and smush that marshmallow between the cookie and the Rolo, and the Rolo gets all ooey gooey, caramelized, delicious. Oh my gosh, you can probably only have like one of these at a time, but if you really want to level up your s'mores, try something new. That's my little tip for you to level up your s'more this summer. An ice cream date, or visit like an ice cream parlor, or just get milkshakes. Even root beer floats are okay, but at some point you have to have some form of ice cream. I know a lot of these have to do with food, but like summer has some really good food opportunities. Mini golf. I am horrendous at mini golf, but I enjoy the sport so much. That is one of the things that is definitely on the list we have to do. It is a like non-negotiable. We are doing mini golf or putt-putt. Visit like a mom and pop diner or mom and pop like restaurant. I just feel like there's again really good food opportunities, and there's this one place that has like ridiculously good hot dogs and hamburgers and french fries, and I know it's like so cliche to just be like, oh, it's mom and pop, they make hot dogs and hamburgers and whatever, but literally some of the best hot dogs and hamburgers I've ever had. Karaoke can also be a competitive thing if you make it a competitive thing. It can be a competitive thing. But there's also in the same like strip that the hot dog and like hamburger places, they have this karaoke place, and honestly I was traumatized there because my family was like, you should sing, you should sing, you should sing, and this was like, I was way younger and totally had not developed my voice at all whatsoever, and I definitely went up and I sang Taylor Swift White Horse, and I came off the stage crying because I knew I had messed it up so bad. And listening back, it's like honestly not even that bad, but I was just traumatized that my family like made me go up there and then I messed it up, and it was not a good night for me. But that was like high school, like early high school. I was definitely not as confident in myself as I am now. I would like to think I'm pretty confident in myself, but I can definitely laugh when I mess up now. I was super heartbroken that I messed up, and I also am trying to get over that like whole perfectionist thing. So there's that. Whether you're good or bad, I just think it's a fun activity to do with friends, but make sure that you can like have a good laugh about it, okay? You have to like just go along with it anyway. And honestly, like those people, you're never gonna see them again, so do the karaoke and do it to your best ability. Like give those people a concert. You flip that hair, you do the dance moves, you hit those high notes and all the riffs, you've got this. I challenge you to go out and do some karaoke this summer. If you have friends who are totally up for a photo shoot, like grab a whole bunch of outfits and go. Or do some of these activities that are on the list here and just take pictures while you're doing these activities. So, you know, there's that. Try to take as many pictures as you can this summer, whether you have duplicates or not, and you take like 67 of the same photo. Who cares? You can go back and look through them later and pick your favorite one. But honestly, like make sure that when you're with friends or you're enjoying family time, like you just capture those moments, and not to say like take them so you can post them on Instagram or like, oh my gosh, look at all the things I did this summer. Like honestly, do it for you so that way you have the memories. Another activity is take those pictures that you take at the end of the summer and make a scrapbook, or you can do it as you go. Take like a little mini road trip. If you know somebody who lives in another city, go visit them or visit family in another state. Grab some art supplies and have a little picnic in the park and do a little like painting date. I did this with my sister and we honestly had so much fun. Make a summer playlist, have a staycation. Now you can do this on the cheap and totally just do it in your house, or if you have the opportunity to go with your friends or your family, get like a hotel that is somewhere like downtown in your area, or like a little Airbnb, do something like that. Bake like a Pinterest minimalistic cake, and I'll show you guys what I mean here, but literally like you can make it with a box cake. You basically frost it with all one color and then even write what you want to on it in the same color or like a slightly darker color. Honestly, love the idea of just making a cake for no reason. So do like an outdoor movie. So whether that's in a drive-in or get like a little mini projector and play it on the house or something like that, or if you have like a sheet or whatever, you hang it up and then you sit in like lawn chairs and then watch the movie outside. It's aesthetic and it just seems like so much fun. Probably not happen for me, but this is an idea for you guys. If you like camping, you enjoy the idea of camping, totally go ahead and do that. You can even do like a small camp out in your backyard if you have the space. Another movie night, but this one is with the ladies. Now it would be like a chick flick and junk food night, ordering food like pizza or Chinese food. Have all of your ladies together, watching a chick flick or rom-com, something like that, just enjoying each other's company. You should totally have a pool day. And what's really cool is if you want to like amp it up a little bit, have everyone bring like their own pool floaty, but like have like a competition of who brings the coolest floaty. A themed dinner with friends. I mean, basically just like a potluck. Brunch with a friend or friends, friend group, your family, whoever you want. You take yourself on a date. Now it doesn't have to be anything like super crazy. Just take yourself to a coffee shop, bring your favorite book, maybe go to the beach or the lake or whatever you have next to you. Make sure you're treating yourself this summer. Go on a bike ride. Stargazing. If you have the ability to see the stars from where you are, because some people live in the city, it's a little bit harder, you don't see as many stars, but if you have a really clear night and somewhere you're able to see the stars, definitely take the time to try to like see them. Breakfast for dinner, you totally swap the day. I mean, you don't necessarily have to have dinner for breakfast because sometimes that can be icky. Breakfast for dinner is always a good idea. Going to get takeout in the car and then watching the sunset somewhere. Pull an all-nighter. Visit a farmer's market. Now I know I already have a video of this, but I totally need to do it again, and it is a closet clean out. Decorate your car slash like deep clean it. A spa day. I honestly love self-care and I love a spa day, so I will definitely book a treatment for myself. You don't necessarily have to actually go to a spa. You can totally create like a spa atmosphere for yourself, but I know for myself I could totally use a spa day. Try to go see either one or a few of your favorite artists in concert. Taking tons of Polaroids. So my sister actually ordered this paper shoot camera, which I'll link it down below because it's super cool, but basically it shoots like film, but it has an SD card in it. It's super cool in my opinion. I'll go ahead and link it down below so you guys can check it out, but honestly, like taking a ton of like Polaroids or Instax or just like film pictures. I would love to try some new Starbucks drinks, and like I guess I would try to find them like what's trending on TikTok Starbucks wise, but I just saw this like raspberry matcha drink and I'm like, girl, give me the recipe because I need to try it. I love raspberries. Go ahead and check out my last video, my Aldi video that I did. I did like a shop with me at Aldi and Target. I found these delicious little treats at Target, but go ahead and check it out because those are literally delicious. A summer glow up day. This is what I'm talking about when I say summer glow up. Not trying to make yourself look a certain way or whatever, blah, like just no. It's not a that girl summer glow up. Honestly, that mindset to me can be so toxic, so don't think of it as that. Think of it as a challenge to do what you love most. What's better than funky nail art in the summer? Nothing. Paint twister. You basically get the twister out and you get obviously washable paint. Do not do acrylic because that would be terrible. Try getting that out of your hair. And you basically buy it in the red, yellow, blue, and green, and then you put those on those dots for twister, and then you play twister. It's a very messy activity, but it's very fun. I've done it before. We had a blast doing it. We did like a chopped challenge. So my dad walked into the kitchen and basically was like, here are your ingredients. You need to make an appetizer. And we made the appetizer. Okay, here are your ingredients. You need to make another like dessert or something like that. That could be such a cool idea if you guys like want to do like a little competition but also really enjoy the food, because sometimes the concoctions that you come up with are like delicious. So those are the 50 ideas that I have for you guys for your summer bucket list. Maybe there are things that I missed. I'm sure there's some that I missed, but if I did, please go ahead and drop them in the comments down below. I'm super excited to see what you guys are planning for this summer, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, I post a new video every week, so go ahead and click that bell to get notified when those videos go live.